What's up, everybody? It's Sarah, and we are live in Riga, Latvia. This place is absolutely incredible. Beautiful architecture, rich history, and some of the nicest people I've ever met. We're about to spend the next 10 minutes taking you on a whirlwind tour of the 10 places you absolutely cannot miss when you come to Riga. And trust me, after watching this, you're going to want to book that ticket to Riga. Before we get started though, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss any of the travel adventures coming up on this channel. All right, first up, we're in Old Town Riga. This place is like stepping into a medieval fairy tale. Cobblestone streets, buildings that look like they're straight out of a history book. You can feel the history under your feet. Every stone, every brick has a story to tell. We're talking 800 years of history here. It's not some stuffy museum. There's life here, cafes, street musicians, shops selling amber jewelry and hand-painted souvenirs. Just soak it all in. Breathe the air, listen to the sounds. Try some traditional Latvian food. Hearty stews, rye bread, smoked fish. It warms you up. What should you see in Old Town Riga? Check out St. Peter's Church. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we are about to enter the sensory overload that is Riga Central Market. This place is massive, one of the largest markets in Europe. 5 pavilions, each in a former Zeppelin hangar. And the smells. Freshly baked bread, smoked meats, flowers, spices. It's enough to make your head spin, but in a good way. You can find literally anything here. Even if you don't buy a thing, it's an experience. Tons of food stalls selling everything from traditional Latvian dishes to sushi. Okay, so we're standing in front of this stunning building, right? Intricate carvings, colorful facade, it's like something out of a storybook. This, my friends, is the House of the Blackheads, and it's got a history as rich and colorful as its exterior. See, back in the 14th century, this was the hangout spot for the Blackheads, a guild of unmarried merchants, ship owners, and foreigners. These guys were the life of the party, known for their lavish feasts and celebrations. But the House of the Blackheads has seen its fair share of drama too. It was destroyed during World War II, rebuilt during the Soviet era, and then meticulously restored to its former glory after Latvia regained its independence. Today, the House of the Blackheads is a museum and a popular venue for concerts and events. If you get a chance, I highly recommend taking a tour inside. The interior is just as impressive as the exterior, with ornate ceilings, chandeliers, and historical artifacts. But even if you just admire it from the outside, the House of the Blackheads is a must-see in Riga. It's a symbol of the city's resilience, its history, and its vibrant culture. All right, guys, get ready to be blown away because we are about to ascend to the top of St. Peter's Church. This towering Gothic masterpiece dominates the Riga skyline, and trust me, the views from up there are worth every single step. And once you reach the top, whoa boy, prepare to have your mind blown. You get a 360-degree panorama of Riga, from the red-tiled roofs of Old Town to the Daugava River winding its way through the city. So yeah, St. Peter's Church, definitely add it to your list. All right, culture vultures, this one's for you. The Latvian National Opera is a must-visit for any lover of the performing arts. This grand old building has been a cultural hub for over a century, hosting everything from opera and ballet to symphony concerts and even rock shows. And the inside? Don't even get me started. We're talking plush velvet seats, gilded balconies, sparkling chandeliers. It's like stepping back in time to the golden age of theater. But the real magic happens on stage. The Latvian National Opera attracts world-class performers, so you know you're in for a treat whether you're seeing a classic opera or a cutting-edge contemporary dance performance. And the best part? Tickets are surprisingly affordable, especially compared to other major European cities. So even if you're on a budget, you can still experience the magic of the Latvian National Opera. Pro tip, check the schedule online before you go and see if there's anything that tickles your fancy. And if you're feeling really fancy, dress up a bit. It's not required, but it adds to the whole experience. Okay, we're standing in front of this towering monument, right? A woman holding 3 stars high above her head, a symbol of Latvia's 3 historical regions. This, my friends, is the Freedom Monument, and it's more than just a statue, it's a symbol of Latvia's hard-won independence. See, Latvia has had a tough history. Occupied by foreign powers for centuries, they finally gained their independence in 1918, only to lose it again to the Soviet Union during World War II. Can you imagine fighting so hard for your freedom, only to have it ripped away? But the Latvian people never gave up hope. And in 1991, after decades of Soviet rule, they finally regained their independence. Today, the Freedom Monument is a place of pilgrimage for Latvians and visitors alike. People come here to pay their respects, to lay flowers, to reflect on the sacrifices that were made for Latvia's freedom. It's a powerful reminder that freedom is precious, and it's something we should never take for granted. Get ready to be transported to a world of elegance and whimsy, because we're about to enter Riga's Art Nouveau district. This neighborhood is like an open-air museum dedicated to this beautiful, flamboyant architectural style that swept through Europe in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. And trust me, Riga has some of the best examples of Art Nouveau architecture in the world. We're talking buildings adorned with intricate carvings, flowing lines, nature-inspired motifs, faces, mythical creatures. It's like a fairy tale come to life. The best way to experience the Art Nouveau district is just to wander. Get lost in the maze of streets, admire the buildings, pop into a cafe for a coffee and pastry, and just soak up the atmosphere. But if you're looking for specific streets to check out, head to Alberta Street and Elizabeth Street. These two streets are like the epicenter of Riga's Art Nouveau scene, with one stunning building after another. Oh, and one more thing. Look up. I know it sounds obvious, but the details on these buildings are incredible. You'll see faces peering down at you, mythical creatures wrapped around balconies, flowers bursting from facades. It's like a treasure hunt for the eyes. All right, history buffs, this one's for you. We're at Riga Castle, a sprawling complex that has seen it all: knights, kings, emperors, you name it. This place has been the seat of power in Riga for centuries, and today it's the official residence of the President of Latvia. Now, I know what you're thinking. This castle looks kind of modern. And you're right. The original Riga castle was built way back in the 14th century, but it's been destroyed, rebuilt, and expanded so many times over the centuries that it's hard to keep track. But that's part of what makes Riga Castle so fascinating. It's a living, breathing testament to the city's long and tumultuous history. Every brick, every tower, every courtyard has a story to tell. Today, you can take a tour of parts of the castle, including the courtyards and some of the state rooms. You can also visit the Latvian National History Museum, which is housed within the castle walls. But even if you just admire it from the outside, Riga Castle is a must-see in Riga. It's a symbol of the city's power, its resilience, and its enduring spirit. All right, folks, get ready to step back in time because we're about to enter the Latvian Ethnographic Open-Air Museum. This place is like a time capsule, a perfectly preserved village showcasing traditional Latvian life from centuries past. We're talking wooden houses, windmills, a wooden church, even a working farm. It's like stepping into a storybook, or maybe onto the set of a historical drama. And the best part is, it's not just a bunch of empty buildings. There are people here in traditional clothing, demonstrating old crafts, playing folk music, and even cooking up traditional Latvian food. You can wander through the village, peek inside the houses, chat with the locals, and really get a feel for what life was like in Latvia centuries ago. It's a fascinating glimpse into a way of life that's all but disappeared, and it's a great way to connect with Latvia's rich cultural heritage. Plus, it's just a really beautiful and peaceful place to spend an afternoon. So if you're looking for a break from the hustle and bustle of the city, the Latvian Ethnographic Open-Air Museum is the perfect escape. All right, beach bums, this one's for you. Just a short train ride from Riga lies Jūrmala, a 33-kilometer stretch of pristine white sand beaches along the Gulf of Riga. We're talking soft, powdery sand, crystal clear water, and that fresh Baltic Sea breeze. It's the perfect place to escape the city heat, soak up some sun, and just relax. Jūrmala is famous for its wooden architecture, particularly its Art Nouveau villas. So even if you're not a beach person, it's worth a visit just to admire the architecture. But let's be real. You're coming to Jurmala for the beach, and trust me, it does not disappoint. Whether you want to swim, sunbathe, build sandcastles, or just stroll along the shore, Jurmala has something for everyone. There are also plenty of restaurants, cafes, and bars along the beach, so you can make a day of it. Grab some fresh seafood, sip on a cold drink, and just enjoy the view. Jurmala is the perfect place to unwind after a few days of exploring Riga. So pack your swimsuit, grab your sunscreen, and get ready for some Baltic bliss. So there you have it, folks, my top 10 must-visit places in Riga, Latvia. From medieval history and stunning architecture to vibrant markets and sandy beaches, Riga has something for everyone. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more travel adventures. And be sure to let me know in the comments down below what your favorite place in Riga is, or if you're planning a trip there soon. Until next time, happy travels!